Hi, I'm Jennifer Baum, and I'm going to be displaying the reading strategy of using a visual image. I know you have to do it on a PowerPoint, but I'm using my laptop right now to record this video, so I did print out the picture, and I will also attach it to my post when I do post this video. So, first things first. Okay. So, I'm going to show the full image first. Is this. I know it's a little bit hard to see since it's on a video, but I will, like I said, I will attach it. So to teaching this reading strategy, I would have my students come in, and I will talk to them about one of the most horrific events that ever happened in history, which was the Holocaust, because I know as a reading teacher we do mix in history as well. So I would be introducing the story called The Wave, and The Wave is something that I read in my practicum class. It's about a high school that recreated the Nazi movement through children because someone had asked the question, how come no one knew what they were doing? How come no one knew what they were causing? And it's a very good book, so I would like to teach that to my students. So to introduce it, I would have them come into class. I would give them pairs, either the person behind them or the person next to them. And I will begin the lesson by showing this image. And I will project the first image, which is this, like I said. And I would ask my students just to look at it, not write anything down, just to look at it for about a minute and see their reaction for it. And then I would have them take a piece of paper, lined paper, and I would have them fold it over once like a hamburger and over to the sides like a hot dog. So I would introduce 4 quadrants because you're going to display the picture in 4 different quadrants, so I'm going to have them write down notes. So once that is completed, I will then show them the first quadrant, which looks like this. And I would just ask them, what are they feeling? What do they see? What is the setting? If they can see any emotions on people's in the face, or what they're wearing, what else they could possibly think of, anything else that they could think of. So then once I show them this quadrant, I will then show them the next quadrant, which will complete the one side of the photo. Yet again, I will ask them how they're feeling, what emotions are coming to them, and they would like I said, they will be writing them in the 4 different quadrants. So for the first quadrant, which is this side, they will go to the top quadrant right here and write down their emotions, their feelings, and their statements, whatever they have. For the second quadrant, they will go over here, down here, so it looks like the picture in a sense. Go down here, and they write down their emotions and their feelings. The next quadrant I'm going to show them is this side right here, and they'll be writing that response on this side. And the last quadrant I will show them is down here, and that will be going down on the bottom left. So I would also have them they really need to study the image, and I will show that to my students, and I would go around monitoring what notes they are taking, really go into deep development as to what they're feeling about this photo. And then I'll display the image a second time, the full image, like so, and I will have them regroup with their partners, and they will share what each person in each quadrant wrote about. And then when they see the picture a second time in the full, I want them to compare what they wrote down in their notes compared to the full image and see if they had any similarities or any differences between each partner as to how they were feeling within the picture. Then after that, I would then bring us back as a whole class and ask them how they felt about this photo. And I would then go into detail as to why I showed them this photo. So the reason why I picked this photo out of all the ones about the Holocaust is this was a time where no one knew what was going to happen. It was a time of panic. It was a time of fear. And this is a train station where there are German Nazis who are fleeing the country out of this fear. Because at first, when Hitler did come to power with the Nazi power, there was nothing really to talk about the extermination of the Jew population. That wasn't at all happening yet. All he wanted to do was fix Germany, and that's the really big reason that people listened to Hitler is because he fixed Germany after it happened in World War I. But when he started to now have this whole view as the perfect German, you know, blonde hair, blue eyes, and that created this sort of fear when Kristallnacht happened with the shattering of the glasses and the burning down of Jewish homes, Jewish businesses. That's when the state of fear happened. And I would teach my students through this image that this is fear. This isn't something that was role played. This isn't something that came out of a movie. This is an actual photo taken of people fleeing the country and people leaving so that they could be safe. And most of the people in this photo, you know, there's children. And the first people that were sent were children because parents wanted to protect their children first before they became protected. And I would love to teach my students that through this image, and I would obviously give them a copy of this image to put in their binders so that when we are, you know, talking about the Holocaust or if we're leading up into the book The Wave, they look back at this image and look back at the notes that they did take and compare what they felt, seeing the similarities and everything like that. So that's why I would love to teach this reading with a visual image. And then we would go into more about the wave and what the wave was about. And that's how I would teach the beginning of my lesson for the Holocaust unit, because I know from middle school, English, language arts, we do talk about it and we do read it. And besides reading the Diary of Anne Frank, The Wave is also a very good book that I could also teach to my students so that they could learn. So that is my lesson on reading a visual image. Thank you.